What happens when the world's richest man decides to pick a fight with one of comedy's sharpest minds? Well, folks, we're about to find out because Elon Musk just learned the hard way that you don't mess with Jon Stewart. This isn't just another celebrity feud. This is a masterclass in what happens when ego meets experience. When Silicon Valley arrogance collides with decades of satirical precision, it all started innocently enough. As these things often do, Jon Stewart, the legendary former host of The Daily Show, was doing what he does best, holding powerful people accountable with his razor-sharp wit. During a recent appearance on his podcast, Stewart took aim at some of Musk's more questionable business decisions and public statements. Nothing too harsh, mind you, just the kind of intelligent, well-researched criticism that Stewart has been dishing out for over 2 decades. But apparently, Elon Musk didn't get the memo that Jon Stewart isn't just some random internet troll. This is a man who built his career on taking down politicians, media moguls, and, yes, even tech billionaires. Stewart's comedy isn't just entertainment, it's a surgical instrument designed to cut through the noise and expose the truth underneath. Musk's response was, well, let's just say it was peak Elon. Instead of ignoring the criticism or responding with grace, he took to Twitter, "Sorry, X," with all the subtlety of a rocket launch. His tweets started off dismissive, calling Stewart irrelevant and suggesting that his comedy was stuck in the past. But that was just the beginning. As the hours passed, Musk's posts became increasingly unhinged, filled with personal attacks and bizarre conspiracy theories about Stewart's motivations. Now, here's where things get really interesting. See, Elon Musk might be brilliant when it comes to engineering and business, but he just made a critical error in judgment. He forgot that Jon Stewart didn't become one of America's most respected voices by backing down from fights. This is a man who went toe-to-toe with Tucker Carlson on his own show and won. This is someone who spent years demolishing the arguments of politicians and pundits who thought they could outsmart him. Stewart's response was swift, calculated, and absolutely devastating. Instead of engaging in a Twitter war, he did something much more powerful. He crafted a response that was both hilarious and deeply cutting. During his next podcast episode, Stewart dissected Musk's behavior with the precision of a surgeon and the timing of a master comedian. He didn't just mock Musk's tweets, he analyzed them, showing how they revealed deeper insecurities and contradictions in the billionaire's public persona. The moment that really sealed Musk's fate came when Stewart started reading Musk's tweets, aloud in different voices, first as a petulant child, then as a Bond villain, and finally as what he called a very expensive chatbot having a breakdown. The audience was in stitches, but underneath the laughter was something much more serious. A systematic takedown of everything Musk claims to represent. Stewart didn't just go after Musk's words, he went after his actions. Corey brought up the Twitter acquisition, the questionable decisions at Tesla, the constant over-promising and under-delivering. But he did it all with that signature Stewart blend of humor and genuine concern for the bigger picture. This wasn't just comedy. This was accountability journalism wrapped in a perfect comedic package. The internet, as you might imagine, absolutely exploded. Social media lit up with clips from Stewart's response, and suddenly everyone was picking sides. But here's the thing, this wasn't really a fair fight. On one side, you had Elon Musk, a man who's used to being praised and rarely challenged in any meaningful way. On the other side, you had Jon Stewart, a veteran of media warfare who's spent his entire career perfecting the art of intelligent takedowns. The really beautiful part of Stewart's response was how he turned Musk's own behavior against him. Every angry tweet, every defensive post, every attempt at a comeback just proved Stewart's original point, that Musk can't handle criticism and responds to challenges with the emotional maturity of a teenager. It was like watching someone dig their own grave while providing commentary on their digging technique. But this story gets even better, 'cause Musk simply couldn't let it go. Instead of cutting his losses and moving on, he doubled down. He started posting old clips of The Daily Show, trying to find moments where Stewart looked foolish or made mistakes. He brought up Stewart's real name, his background, anything he could find to try to score points. But every attempt just made him look more desperate, more petty, more exactly like the kind of powerful person that Stewart has spent his career exposing. The contrast couldn't have been more stark. While Musk was frantically posting on social media at all hours, Stewart was calmly, methodically dismantling his reputation with surgical precision. It was like watching a chess master play against someone who thought they were playing checkers. Every move Stewart made was calculated. Every joke served a purpose. Every criticism was backed up with facts and evidence. What makes this whole situation even more fascinating is what it reveals about both men. For Musk, it shows how thin-skinned he really is beneath all that bravado. For all his talk about free speech and open dialogue, clearly can't handle being on the receiving end of intelligent criticism. His response revealed someone who spent so long in echo chambers of praise that he's lost the ability to engage with dissent in a mature way. For Stewart, this was just another day at the office. This is what he's been doing for decades. Holding powerful people accountable, exposing hypocrisy, and doing it all with a smile. His handling of the situation showed why he's still considered one of the most respected voices in American media. Even years after leaving The Daily Show, the aftermath has been swift and brutal for Musk. His stock prices took a hit as investors worried about his erratic behavior. Advertisers started pulling back from X, concerned about being associated with the platform during this meltdown. Even some of his biggest supporters started distancing themselves, embarrassed by his childish behavior. Meanwhile, Stewart's stock has never been higher. His podcast numbers skyrocketed. His old Daily Show clips started trending. And suddenly everyone was reminded why he's considered one of the greatest satirists of our time. It was like watching someone's career get a second wind just by being themselves. But perhaps the most telling moment in this entire saga came when Musk finally tried to end the feud by posting what he probably thought was a magnanimous tweet about moving forward and focusing on the future. Stewart's response: a simple retweet with the comment, "Cool story, bro." 3 words that somehow captured everything wrong with Musk's approach to this entire situation. The lesson here is clear. And it's one that powerful people throughout history have had to learn the hard way. Don't pick fights with professional satirists. Jon Stewart didn't become a cultural icon by accident. He earned that position through decades of sharp wit, careful research, and an unwavering commitment to calling out BS wherever he finds it. This whole episode serves as a perfect reminder that in our age of social media and instant reactions, sometimes the best response to provocation is patience, intelligence, and the kind of strategic thinking that only comes with experience. Musk may have billions of dollars and legions of fans, but when it came to this battle of wits, he was outclassed from the very beginning. As the dust settles on this digital duel, one thing is crystal clear. Elon Musk FD around with Jon Stewart, and he definitely found out. In a world where too many powerful people go unchallenged, it's refreshing to see someone with the skill and courage to hold them accountable. And if that someone happens to make us laugh while doing it, well, that's just the cherry on top of a very satisfying comeuppance.